Hi, Jurgen.
Hi.
I know you're keen to move on from it and saying things are off the table now, but there seems to be still an appetite within the Premier League and to punish the big six or the six breakaway clubs in some form. Obviously, clubs like Bury and Wigan have suffered points deductions because of what the owners have done in recent years. Do you think there will be sanctions taken against you, or should be sanctions taken against you? And are you concerned that something...
For what reason did Bury and Wigan get points deduction?
Bury because their owner put them into insolvency, and Wigan because their owner put them into administration.
And there were clear rules that state...
That's something that's slightly different, I would say. Right?
Yeah, they broke the rules, but some Premier League clubs would argue that you broke Premier League rule, not you personally, but Premier League rules say a member club shouldn't play in a competition without written approval.
That's above me. But what can I say about that? A lot of people said a lot of things about it. They all had their reasons. I don't see a reason to punish the clubs now for that. Nothing happened. It's all that we are now in the same situation as we were before. If somebody wants to punish us for that, I cannot change that. So obviously, and no, I have nothing to say about that, to be honest.
Thanks, Andy. We'll go to Chris Bascom, and then Paul Joyce, and I think that concludes this press conference.
Hi again. Frank, there's been so much shit in football in the last 12 months. Do you ever find that you might fall out of love with the game or get disillusioned with what you have to deal with?
Never,
the last 12
months? Never with the game. Never with the game. Just with the things around, and you are a reason for that as well. Not you personally. No, I say that as well. So because of the way, Andy said it to me as well. We should get punished, or not you personally. So that's how it is. I'm part of this. So it's just that we all. It's like we were all waiting for something like this. Now we cannot stop writing about it, talking about it, all these kind of things. I get that 100%. It's a big one. I felt it the same way. It's a big one, but apart from that, I can now not constantly think about it, talk about it. It's just when I have a press conference, yes, I have a clear opinion about what I didn't like about the idea. So I thought I made that clear. And all the rest is now for me. Let's really focus on the future. That's one thing. But I never lost love for this game. But the things around, come on. We spoke 2 weeks ago. We spoke about social racial abuse on social media, where you really think, is it really the planet I want to live on, where people say things like this? So we had so many things this year going on, and we always tried to get through. And we went kind of through. I said it after the game, I think. If somebody would have asked me, what were you missing in this year? So like, what could have happened on top of all the rubbish, what happened to you this year? And I would have said, that somebody, so the Super League is coming up. I couldn't have imagined that. But when it came out, I was like, of course. So next challenge, let's try to face that as well. So it was a lot, but it had nothing to do for me with the game, because the game, with all the things what happened around, the game stayed the same, got better and better and better. And if you give the decisive people more time to train, you will see how much better this game could be in the future. But because everybody is in a moment squeezing everything out, and not only the owners of the Big Six, pretty much everybody around as well, the Premier League as well, by the way. And so when you ask why are two cup competitions, and it's if they are romantics, they say it's the history. Others say because of the money. So yes, and they use the money for some good stuff. I hope that could, and all these kind of things. It's always the same. Why are we now surprised about that? It's in this case that it was as well about that. How could you be surprised about that? No, the game was for me always the same.
Okay. Thanks, Chris. Thank you. And then Paul to finish.
Jurgen, when you got off the bus at Leeds and the players were abused by the fans being called greedy, and I think it happened when you were on your pre-match walk, do you think that impression will now go into next season when fans are back into the ground? Is that something you're worried about?
I'm not worried about it. I know it will be like this. Yeah, of course. As football fans are like this. They like to use these kind of things. It's probably not only for Liverpool, but for us as well, I'm sure. So because it's not about fair play in these moments. I'm pretty sure the supporters of Leeds who were showing up at the stadium and running after us, they knew as well that we were not involved in it, but they didn't care. They just wanted to tell us what they told us. So yes, it will be worse, even worse when the people are back in the stadium.
That must make you feel that doesn't help you, does it? Or
we will fight. I don't know what we will do with that next year. I have no idea. Doesn't help us. If you show me the away game where people were not already on their toes when we showed up with Liverpool, then I would be really thankful for that. It's always the same. It's like as I told that it was Newcastle 1.5 years ago. I think we played there with crowd, and I had no idea why the people were like this. They didn't play for anything. We needed 3 points to become champion, and I think the whole stadium wanted everybody to win that game apart from us. So and I have no idea about the relationship between Newcastle and Liverpool, obviously, but they didn't need extra fuel for their feelings. And so what can change for us? It was always like this when we had away games. We bring our own supporters there, which is great. Usually when we bring them there, then it's great. And the support of the other teams. I don't know a lot of clubs who like Liverpool when we play there. Cannot remember one. So same business as usual.